call the member for Buderim.
Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker. I rise today to address the issue of school funding across the Buderim electorate. During my maiden speech, I spoke of the excellent primary and secondary schools that sit within my electorate. Buderim is a hub of education and many families move into the Buderim electorate specifically so that their children can attend the high-quality public and private schools in Buderim, Sippy Downs, Mountain Creek and Brightwater. I am concerned, however, that without additional investment in schools across the Buderim electorate, the significant growth in student numbers which has been experienced to date and is expected to continue for the foreseeable future will result in worse student outcomes and impacts on the community more broadly. I welcome the commitment to invest $22 million to build a new 3-storey senior learning centre at Mountain Creek State High School, which I recently received from the Minister for Education, so thank you. This investment will see the capacity at the school increase from 2,580 to 3,269, and I congratulate the Minister for recognising this population growth and the increasing pressure and demand that it's placing on schools, many of which, like Mountain Creek, are bursting at the seams. Mr Deputy Speaker, the rapidly expanding population in the Palmview area will also require new schools to be built in order to ease pressure on the existing school networks across the Buderim electorate. With an additional 16,000 people expected to move into Palmview in the coming years, now is the time for the government to commit to funding a new primary school and a new secondary school. And the government needs to commit this funding to ensure that the influx of new residents does not cause overcrowding in the first place. Mr Deputy Speaker, Chancellor State College is one of the best performing state schools in Queensland. However, this high performance is under threat if the current growth in student numbers is not supported with additional investment. Issues like traffic congestion on Scholars Drive mean that parents are unable to pick up their children in an acceptable time frame. While Scholars Drive is a council road, congestion there is only due to the construction of Chancellor State College primary campus on that road, so the state definitely has a role in helping to solve this problem. Further to my question on notice to the Premier of the 6th of April, I again call on the government to stop abrogating their responsibilities in this area and to work in concert with the Council to solve this long-standing problem of congestion around Chancellor State College primary campus. Like those schools I've already mentioned, Brightwater State School has also experienced significant growth in recent years. That growth has been due to the excellent educational outcomes being delivered by teachers at Brightwater State School and due to the expansion of the Sunshine Coast University Hospital. In order to support the growth in student numbers from 1,028 to 1,200, investment is required to build additional permanent classrooms. Currently, shared spaces in the school library are used for lessons due to excess numbers. It's unacceptable, and I call on the government to support the growth in student numbers at Brightwater State School through additional funding. Mr Speaker, public schools across the Buderim electorate currently deliver excellent educational outcomes. However, further investment is required in order to support future growth.
Thank you, member for Buderim. I call the member